Hello everybody, I am here this morning to do a little bit of a review and a little bit of an overview of the newer flashlight brand Mareerxu. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I have never got any confirmation from anybody. It is Mareerxu. This is the DF02 model. It is a 14500 battery, meaning a AA lithium, and it is sporting the army green anodization. And sorry about my Marge Simpson / Krusty the Clown voice. I had just been back from thyroid surgery and they took part of my voice, but that's neither here nor there. So just bear with me on the voice, and we are going to go over a quick overview of this flashlight. We're going to go over its specs, and we're going to go over the operation as well. As I said, this is a Mareerxu DF02. It sports 3 Xpl-hi emitters. This particular model has a 6500K, so it means it is more on the cool white. It is not high CRI, but it does do a great job on lighting areas up to just about the range of a football field. It's about, I have not seen any official specs, but it's about 1400 lumens. Going over really quick, the anodization of this, it's army green, like I said. It is a very beautiful anodization. It's a very great green color. I have a couple of green anodization flashlights, and this is actually one of my favorites as far as the color goes. It's got a copper sleeve in there, as you can see, which, the green and the copper go so well together, in my opinion. It has a rear mechanical clicky, and it's very satisfying to click. It's a very nice click. It also sports its own individual serial numbers on the back. It also has a tritium slot. This is a standard tritium slot. I don't remember. It is the more common size, but I can't remember what size that is. I'll put the size in the comments below. And one thing about this is this clip right here is a very strong clip. It is the strongest clip that I've come across out of all the flashlight clips I have. I don't have many that sport the screw in like that. Most of my clips are like clip-ons, kind of like this one right here. Let me take it out of my pocket real quick. And these are really good, but sometimes when you give it a lot of strain, that clip will pop off. Not in this particular model, but a lot of them do. But with this one, you can assure that that clip will not come off. It is actually on there so tight that you actually do have to, like, I can't even lift it up with my hand with a good amount of pressure. You actually have to get something under there and wedge it to bend it out a little bit to actually be able to pocket carry this, which is not a big inconvenience. It's something you can do pretty reliably. You don't want to overdo it because you could possibly break one of these joints right there, so you don't want to overdo it, but you definitely want to do it enough to where you can actually make this pocketable. My thoughts on this light, my very quick thoughts, is it's a very nice light. It is a very well designed light. I'm going to go over the UI next. The UI is user interface. And again, I do apologize for my voice. Good God, it is raspy. Before I go over the user interface, I just want to make one more note. This does work with 14500 batteries, and I believe they said if you take that copper sleeve out, you can also use 18350 batteries in there as well. So it will fit. I have not tried that myself, but it does take 14500 button top or flat top. So you can use either ones. You know, you can. I've tried a 3 amp 14500, and right now it has a 10 amp vape cell H10 in it. It is one of the more powerful 14500s, and I haven't really seen much of a power increase or decrease between the two cells. So like I said, it has a good compatibility for cells, so you don't have to go searching for that perfect cell for it to work. Let's go over the UI really quick. The UI is a simple click for on, and it's a mechanical click, and it starts off from the factory 50% of its maximum output. I actually did a thermal, or not a thermal, I did a configuration to where you can make it lower, so it comes on more of a medium setting. I'd say probably around 100 lumens. Now, from on, it's also a simple click off, so you click to go off, and then if you want to go click back on, when you click back on, you click twice for max output, which is double click for turbo is basically the standard for all flashlights. So boop, boop, boop. There's full output. And if you want to go back out of it, click once. It takes you back to your previous setting. Another thing to go over really quick is the beam profile. As you can see, it's a pretty nice, it's a floody hotspot is what I would like to call it. It does not have a defined hotspot. When you do pull away, you can see, when you go down really close, you can see the 3 emitters. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but it's actually a very, very decent beam. I love this beam a lot. I believe this is a Carco optic, and these optics are proven. They're very, very good. They provide a very good beam profile. Like I said, this is a 6500 case, so it's a very cool white light, but there is not much blue to it, which I do like. It does show that it's a quality emitter. Let's go over more of the UI. So I said double click was turbo. If you do 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute, I did that too slow. 1, 2, 3. Takes you to Moonlight. Moonlight is the lowest level. Now their Moonlight is not a standard sub-lumen Moonlight. It is more about maybe 3 to 5 lumens. I don't have any test equipment. I just go off my experience. I have 100 flashlights, and I'm just assuming and estimating on this, but it's not a bad low. But I wouldn't count on this to not disturb any sleep cycles if you were, you know, getting up out of bed. You definitely want to do the finger over the optic to not disturb any of your sleep vision, as they call it. But yeah, so to pop out of that, just 1 click, it goes back out to medium mode. And then, let's see here. Triple click, that was Moonlight. And then 4 clicks, we'll do 4 clicks next. 4 clicks takes you into all of your blinkies, your strobe, your beacon, your SOS. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's your strobe. There's your beacon. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's SOS right there after 3 clicks from strobe. Alright, now we're going to enter the stepless dimming mode. So from on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will ramp all the way up to all the way back down. So what you do with this stepless dimming mode is it's there to calibrate your Moonlight mode, the mode that it comes on in. So I wanted it to come on the lowest mode. So basically right now it's at high. It blinks to tell you it's on high. It goes all the way back down to low. When it goes down to low, I go boop, 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 and I click it 3 times. And that thermally configures the output to the on mode. So my on mode, I wanted it to be the lowest mode that I could get it to, which is not moonlight mode, which is not desirable, but this is a new company and hopefully their UI will be configured better in the future, but it is definitely a UI that is manageable for everyday purposes. For me, maybe some other flashlight enthusiasts would not like that, but I don't mind it at all. Alright, so that was stepless dimming mode, and now we are going to keep going up on the clicks. So this is going to be 6 consecutive clicks from on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll dag-nab it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. This brings you into the auxiliary mode. And one single click from the auxiliary mode will give you brighter and brighter auxiliaries. I like this mode. It's fairly cool. If you want to get out of this mode, you double click, you're back to your normal output. Alright, so now we're going to go into the background light flashing mode, which is basically the auxiliaries that you saw, but they have nice little flashy blinkies like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looky there, ain't that fancy? And then it has different rates that it pulses at, so if a single click you go boop. There we go. Slower. Single click again. Faster. 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 All the way back to fast again. And then it looks like also what I was doing, and I keep butting myself out of these modes. There's a longer click, and it doesn't look like you have to double click. It looks like you could do a longer click and it'll press back out into the mode, which I did not know until I started this video. That's why I was having some trouble getting into certain modes. This is a very, very nice flashlight. It does have a couple more modes that I will go over that I did not myself. I didn't myself do, but from the on position, you can click it 8 consecutive times, and that will do a thermal control setting, which I will read the instructions to you word for word. I didn't understand it, but I also haven't had any problems with the thermal configuration. I haven't got it to, it hasn't stepped down or anything. I use turbo 30 seconds or less max, like on all my lights, so maybe I just didn't hit any thermal regulation. But it says to perform temperature control setting for 8 consecutive hits, what is clicks, in startup mode. It can be set between 40 and 70 degrees. After 8 consecutive hits, the flashlight will begin on full on mode, and the flashlight will rise slowly. Click the required temperature, and then the flashlight works to set temperature. So basically what that's saying is it will start on, I think it's kind of like another user interface called Crescendo, and that's their thermal configuration. You just turn it on full on and you let it keep going until it gets so hot that, you know, you either turn it off or it steps down. So basically once it gets to that temperature, it will step down. I have not done it. Like I said, I don't really use turbo, but it does seem like it's fairly simple forward instructions. The power inquiry, which means basically it will give you the voltage. So it's kind of like Android UI in that way, where 9 consecutive hits, it will flash 3 times. Let's say it's the voltage is 3.7. It will flash 3 times, and then it will pause, and then it will flash 7 more times to let you know the voltage is 3.7. Now I've tried this several times. Right now, the working voltage of this flashlight when I started the review was 3.6. But when I do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, oh, 1, 2. So it's giving an incorrect voltage. I don't know if this is just my flashlight or if it is a flaw in the program, but I'm usually the one to take my flashlight out and check the voltage with a regular, like a fluke, like one of those, what are those things called? The things that check voltage. Anyway, also in startup mode, you can restore to all factory settings just by 10 hits. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from on. And it also does have low voltage protection when the flashlight gets lower than 2.9 volts, which, hopefully the light actually does know the voltage, because it would be, it would stink for the flashlight to not catch the low voltage in time and then you accidentally damage a battery. But it states that when the flashlight is lower than 2.9, the flashlight will prompt and flash every 5 seconds, and then 10 seconds it will automatically shut down when it's lower than 2.7. I believe this is just an English translation barrier, but otherwise this flashlight is great if you want a custom feel for a not custom price. Flashlights that are comparable to this are several $100s, when this flashlight is actually less than $100. It is a very, very nice flashlight. It does have some quirks. It does have some things that it needs to work out. But overall, I do like this flashlight a lot. And I will have the link to the website in the comments below. And if you guys have any more questions, please let me know. I'm always trying to figure out ways to make my reviews better, to tighten them up, to make them more interesting. This is a basic review. I don't have a bunch of graphics. I don't have a bunch of crazy stuff. The point of this review is to tell you my honest review of it, to tell you the strong points, and to let you know how the operation of the light works. I hope you enjoyed this review. And like I said, if you have any more questions, put them in the comments below. I'll provide information in the links, and I really appreciate y'all's time, and thank you for checking me out. Have a wonderful day.